Mandy has a ghost story for us, and we're going to try to help her out. Hi, Mandy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you all?
We're doing great. So who is Shadia, and how do you know her?
Well, she's not a best friend, but not an acquaintance, someone kind of in between. Her daughter and my daughter are best friends.
Okay.
They're 8. We've known each other for a few years since our daughters were in kindergarten.
Okay.
And I feel like she's ghosting me. I mean, we talk regularly. We hung out on occasion. We'd hang out at school events. And lately, she's just avoiding me, not returning my calls or texts. And when I run into her at school, she's always like busy or late for something or on the phone. She doesn't act angry with me.
Yeah.
But she definitely is distant and avoidant. And I don't know why.
Is that causing problems for you? Like, how are the kids? Are they getting along okay?
The kids are getting along okay, just fine. It's her ignoring me. I have no idea why.
And when you talk to your daughter, she's not aware of any incident that took place?
No, she's not said anything.
This has been going on for how long?
About a week or 2.
Any other light you can shed on this?
No, I have no idea what happened.
Like if
No idea.
if
There was
she's
no
not
incident.
if she's not your bestie, but she's more than acquaintance, I mean, would it be fair to characterize her as a friend? She's a friend.
Yeah, I would say a friend, yes.
Yeah.
Just not like we're not great friends, but we're friends, yes.
See, Jeff, you haven't had this experience as a mom with kids who have friends, and then you see their moms all the time. And so there needs to be a certain kind of word that describes that type of friendship, because it's not like your best buds that call each other and talk all the time, but at every event you sit next to each other. I mean, you spend hours and hours with these other moms connecting and having, you learn enough about their lives that you would be like, this is a friend, and it would just be very awkward to all of a sudden
When the kids go off to college, you never hang out again? Are they those types of friends?
I imagine some do and some don't.
That's
friends
happened.
come and go, of course.
Like, oh, I remember her. How's she doing?
Oh, yeah.
The kids come home from college during breaks. It's like, how's your mom? I haven't seen her since you graduated.
Yeah.
She doing well? Tell her I said hi.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we will call Shadia and try to figure out what's going on. We may get her on the phone and she may be like, what? It's all good. Nothing. It's fine. What do they call that? Gaslighting?
Is that what it is?
Well, we're totally fine.
I don't know why you think there's a problem.
Yeah. Do you think there's a problem? Sounds like you have a problem. As Second Date Update Ghost Stories continues. Trying to characterize the relationship between Mandy and Shadia. They've known each other since their daughters were in kindergarten together. They're now 8. The last couple of weeks, Shadia hasn't returned any of Mandy's calls or texts, and every time she runs into her, which is fairly often, she always seems like she's in a hurry and can't wait to get out of there and get away from her, get away from Mandy. So she would like to get to the bottom of this. They're more than acquaintances. She wouldn't characterize her as a best friend either. Jen was trying to come up with a word or something. You would like mom friends,
from the mom
ally.
group. We've used that before. She's in the mom group.
But she's important enough to you. I mean, this is someone you want to have a good relationship with, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because if the girls are best friends and they're going to grow up together, you're going to be around her a lot.
Exactly.
And then there will be the wedding shower.
Oh, God, all of that.
Calling Shadia.
Hello?
Hi, is this Shadia?
Yes, this is Shadia.
Hi there. It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thanks for asking.
Doing good.
You got a minute or two to talk with us on the radio?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We heard from your friend Mandy, who wanted to check in and see how you were doing. I guess you guys used to talk more frequently, and lately you've been a bit scarce. She thought maybe she did something to offend you, was getting the sense that you were avoiding her. We wanted to check in and see if there was anything to that.
I kind of figured we were going to have this conversation at some point, but
Maybe not call a radio station to have that conversation.
Yeah, I was honestly avoiding this conversation.
Well, is it that bad? I mean, what happened? Did she do something horrible?
No, it's not like that bad. It's just like a little awkward.
Oh. Well,
Here's an opportunity.
yeah, let's just put it
Work
out
with
there.
a mediator named Jeff Thomas.
Great.
He's
Put it all on
been
me.
through his fair share of mediation, so he's comfortable.
That's true.
He's got a lot of experience in this arena.
Yeah, lay it on us.
Well, basically, I just feel like her house is just not the best environment for my daughter.
How so?
So my daughter spent the night at her place, and when I picked her up the next morning, she was using phrases that are offensive and not the way we talk in our household. And she obviously heard it from her household because, like, we don't talk that way in mine. So I just feel like it's not a good environment for her.
So you think it was something she picked up from hanging out over there? That was the first time. Was this the first time she'd ever had a
Sleepover?
Yeah, I forget what it was, a sleepover, a party or something?
She's had a sleepover before, but she's never come back with new words, new phrases, things like
man.
that. Like, this is the first time.
I mean, were they swears? Were they...
Yeah, what kind of stuff?
Yeah.
They were just like incredibly rude and offensive and inappropriate. And it's just not something you want your daughter to be saying.
Let me ask you this, and I'm only asking because of personal experience, but how much time does she spend on YouTube? Because I find that when my daughter says things to me that I'm like, I know you didn't hear that at school. It's some older influencer that she was targeted with some part of my mouth of attitude.
And she's mimicking
And she's mimicking what they are doing.
words and phrases that they use in the
Yes,
videos.
and it's gotten to the point now where I have removed even YouTube Kids from her social platform
Oh, wow.
that she's on, her iPad. So I'm not saying it's, I don't know, how much is this happening with your daughter? Maybe YouTube.
Is it possible she got it
Well-
from somewhere else?
So basically, I asked her where she heard these words from, and she said that it was from their house.
And
Did she
these-
say, though, I mean, did she say she was watching TV at their house, or did she say it was coming out of the mouths of someone in the home?
She said that it was the father who was saying these words.
And are these racist words, swear words,
Slurs.
sexually inappropriate words?
He used inappropriate terms for immigrants, and she picked up that and said it in her house.
Okay.
And she said she heard it from the father.
Yeah. Not to mention that he also put an F-bomb in front of it, like right in front of my daughter.
Got it. Okay.
I'm trying to remember how old I was when I discovered the F word. I saw it written. It was carved into the back of a seat on the bus. Is where I saw
Oh,
it.
yeah?
And I went home and I asked my mom, "Hey, Mom, what's in?" And I think she told me it was a part of the male anatomy and I should never say it.
Oh,
I was like,
well, you were off to a great start.
okay.
Yeah, but this is becoming more and more challenging just in general. Like, you can't control what other people are going to do at their house. So I have even found that I think play dates and circles have gotten a lot smaller. I remember being a kid, we would go to everybody's house all the time.
Right.
We probably had 10 to 15 friends at any minute you could go over. Now it's like the play groups are people that you only know and trust really, 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 really well.
Because you
The
don't know what they'll be exposed to in everybody's
Correct.
houses.
And
Yeah.
that's like before, I don't know if like our parents didn't mind as much, but now because everything is out there with social media all the time, it feels like we have to be extra cautious of everything.
Yeah.
So I can see why maybe she decided that this isn't a good environment for her daughter. I don't know. Like, would you want your kid going back to a house where they were being exposed to this kind of,
No.
I know.
I mean,
It's like, I got no problem with you hanging out with a kid
Yeah.
as long as she's not talking like that. But you
Which
kind of
she might
assume
very
if
well
she's,
be.
Yeah, right.
She's picking it up.
That's
too.
a tough one. Okay, let's bring Mandy into the conversation. She's been listening quietly to all of this. You want to weigh in on this, Mandy? Were you aware that this happened?
No, it didn't happen. I mean, her daughter's obviously lying. My husband would never say that, especially in front of the kids. Never.
You're positive of that?
I am so positive, like 100%.
Oh, I don't know.
why
It's
she
so
would
hard.
lie.
Go ahead, Shadia.
No, that's not true. My daughter wouldn't lie about that, and she hasn't heard it from anywhere else. And it was just kind of strange. Like right after she left your place, she was saying all those things, and she also told me.
Well, she may have saw it on YouTube, as mentioned earlier, and doesn't want to tell you so that you don't shut it off. I mean, it sounds to me like she got it from an influencer and doesn't want you to know. And so she's saying it was my husband, which
Totally
is just ridiculously
plausible.
liar. Mm-hmm.
But she wouldn't be watching that type of stuff. Like she doesn't watch
She
videos
wouldn't do
like
that.
that. It just seemed really specific what she was saying and who she had gotten this information from. So I'm sorry, but I just don't feel comfortable with her spending a lot of time at your house.
Well, and I'm
Well,
not
it's not
taking
my house
anybody's
that's the
side,
problem.
but it doesn't matter because you get targeted. My kid gets targeted with stuff all the time
Yeah.
that I am not in control of.
Right.
That parents aren't in control
Yeah,
of.
you don't know
You
what
have
your
no
kid.
idea.
If they're not with you, you have no idea what they're being exposed
and
to.
it's ads because like maybe Scott on our Wi-Fi on his page or on our search engine was looking up who should I vote for in the election, and then out of the blue, your daughter will get targeted with blah 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 blah, blah. Not even in your control.
Yeah. What are we going to do here?
Yeah, you guys are obviously going to still see each other.
all the time, and your daughters are going to remain friends.
I mean, our daughters can hang out, but I just don't think she should be at your house with your husband talking like that in front of her. It's just, I just don't approve.
And you are 100% positive that was something she picked up while she was over.
I mean, I don't
Mandy's
know where
daughter's
else she would have picked it up from. I mean, she was slept over at her house and then came back with all these new words. So,
So,
where else
Shadia, you don't
could
think
she
there's
have gotten
any
it from?
other possible conclusion or source that she could have picked that up from? You're positive
No,
that this is. Yeah.
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive.
All right, we're at an impasse here, guys. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
I hope this gets resolved or that we find out later that it was one big misunderstanding. But for now, we'll just have to leave it there.
Okay.
Shadia, we do appreciate you taking the call.
And good luck.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Take it easy.
Thank you.
Christine is weighing in saying two things. It's definitely time to have the conversation with the kids about how they're going to hear language from others that isn't appropriate for kids to say. That's the first thing. And she said also, you can still be friends. I mean, your kids can still be friends without a sleepover.
That's true. That's very true.
Although that
or
is
have
such a
the sleepover at your house.
it's such a FOMO thing, though.
It is. It's terrible. That's torture, especially if it's like a party.
Plus, third grade, if she rides a bus or has older kids in the same school,
Guess what?
It's already happening.
can't rule it out.
I mean, at what age do you have the talk with kids now?
About what?
Birds and bees stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I think it depends on how developed they are and how much.
Because I mean, they're being
Well, when they
exposed to
start-
all that kind of stuff too.
Mhm.
My mother, the first time I uttered a word that she knew I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Because I had heard it. And she said, "You even know what that means?" No.
And
And that's when we had the talk.
that's when the talk happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for future reference, we don't use that crude term for that.
Right.
I still do use that crude term for that.
But yeah, not in front of certain people.
Right. I'm working on it.